What's the vibe with the team after a pretty dominant win to open the season last night?
I mean, a win is always good. You know, I mean, especially starting off the season like that, it feels great.
For you, your first real game with this team, how did it feel for you? What was the feel like with fitting in the chemistry and the flow and everything?
For me, I like everything that we got going on right now. Our offense, our principle, you know, playing fast, playing physical, and playing together. So we just playing for each other, you know, and just having fun out there.
Did it feel like y'all was playing for each other on the defensive end?
What was the question?
Did it feel like y'all was playing together on the defensive end?
Yeah, we try. You know, we try to be physical as much as we could, trying to send a message. That's how we're gonna play. You know, but yeah, we try to stay together.
Chris, do you feel 100%? Do you feel back to normal? No limitations?
I'm good.
You're
I'm good. Yeah.
How just going through that? How scary was the moment when that happened, and what was it like to come back from it?
I got scared. You know, I just came back from an injury. You know, 209 days without playing, and you know, getting hit like that. Of course, anybody gets scared. Nobody want to go through that. But thank God, nothing bad happened.
You came out and hit a couple of shots early on. Just how much did that help your confidence and help you get into the flow with your team?
A lot. I mean, you know, it's always good to see the ball going in through the net. But I'm just trying to build confidence in the defensive side. You know, that's what this team needs. You know, just guys that, you know, do the dirty work.
Chris, for the home opener tomorrow, what do you expect with this crowd?
I mean, what I've seen so far, I know that the arena is going to be loud, but I'm looking forward to that. You know, I can't wait to see our fans come out here and get loud and help us win.
How much of an adjustment is this offense for you? Because it's really quick. Everyone moves the ball. Everyone catch and shoot. There isn't a bunch of dribbling, and you can, you know, at times you get caught up in like games that you used to play, and this team's just different.
Well, right now we just, you know, I'm just going with the flow. You know, like you said, we play fast, so that's something that coming in, I knew that I had to get used to it. Playing with Dharma Facts and everybody, you know, our style of playing, it's just fast. So you gotta be in game shape, and you just gotta be ready, you know, for anything. Cut, shoot, you know, get down and play defense, whatever.
How much has it helped having Domas here, who you're so close with from your time in Indiana?
It helps a lot. You know, going back, me and him, you know, we have a good relationship, so it helps a lot.
Does it feel similar to when you played with him there?
Does it feel similar?
Yeah,
I played with him back in India.
Yeah, like the offense.
No, this offense way faster. I mean, you guys can see it. It's a swing, pass, shot, you know, cut. It's a fast pace, so it's a whole different game style.
Obviously, home opener, it's the Warriors. You lost to the Warriors last year in the playoffs. So I'm curious when you look at this Golden State team, like what are some of the challenges they pose, especially for you trying to go out there with that?
Well, we all know they have two of the greatest shooters in the NBA history. You know, those guys, they don't stop moving. And they're a great team. They have one of the best coaches, staff too. So, you know, we just getting ready for that. My mindset have to be locked in, chase those guys, and be physical and match their energy.
Chris, what was it like seeing Harrison Barnes do all that damage in the first half?
It was amazing. HB, you know, he got hot, and that's what happened when an NBA player get hot. So it's hard to stop him. So I mean, it's good to see HB shining in that moment.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I tried to get out of the way.
You did. So I'm going to do that if that's
How'd that dunk feel?
Normal.
Normal? Nothing special about it?
No. Normal.
I mean, the team's reaction on the bench seemed like it was a little more than just normal.
Yeah, because they ain't seen me dunk all preseason. Nah, I've been saving it to a time like that, so I just surprised them.
So how good did it feel to unleash it once the regular season was here?
Oh, yeah. Start off with a bang.
Harrison said that was probably your best poster yet.
In the NBA, for sure, probably. Yeah, I agree with it.
You like that they let you guys just kind of
Yeah, that's
talk
fire.
a little bit? They didn't really technical.
Yeah, that was fire. I like that one. I like that. I hope we can do that all year.
How about that dunk with JaVale? Was that like a feel thing? Like, because you weren't looking at him when you gave that alley-oop.
I can see a lot of spots on the court without looking at him. So, yeah. I just knew he was there.
Eyes in the back of your head?
Yeah, he knew I was going to throw it, too. So, I mean, we kind of got that feel already. So, it's great to have a guy like that. You can just throw it up, and he going to go get anything.
I mean, we were talking about it in the preseason about trying to build chemistry, especially with that second unit. It seems like you and him have a pretty good thing going on.
Yeah, it's pretty decent right now. We got to get everybody involved with it. So, first game down, we got 81 more to go. So, we have time.
Malik, what's your thoughts
getting
about?
everyone involved? You had 7 assists. Just how much has that got to be who you are with that second unit and lead that group?
A little bit of both. I got to score and distribute too. So it's just me being me. I did it last year, so it's nothing new. I'm just continue to do me.
What's your thoughts about Sasha first outing, his first real NBA game?
Oh yeah, I like Sasha. You got to get it. It moves a little fast for him, but I mean, that's anybody coming from the Euro League to come play in the NBA for the first time. But Sasha's great. He's smart and knows what to do out there. So it's kind of easy to not tell him, but try to teach him the spots to be in because he listens to. So it's easy.
Was your dunk the one you just converted? Was it similar to the one you almost had against Utah? I hadn't gone back to look at it, but
No, that was against San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah, no, that's not the same.
Okay.
That would have been the best dunk ever.
Okay.
I spun.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been
I got you.
yeah. Last night was nice though. It was nice.
You say normal, but like scale of 1
Yeah,
to
I've
10?
been doing that. I've been doing that since high school. Probably before then. So
Right.
yeah, normal. 7.
7.
Keegan said that him and De'Aaron have a dunk of the year competition. You couldn't get in on that, or
I'm in now.
Oh, you're in that?
Yeah, now.
nobody anybody topping that?
I don't
one?
think he's really in that, to be honest. It's just Fox guy. Then I'm up there now. So
Mike's talked a lot about physicality and you guys needing to be more physical. How do you feel you guys did in that first game against yourself?
we fouled a lot, but that's being physical. That comes with that. So that was good. It was good. Mike said he liked that too. So hearing the coach say that, that's all, especially Mike, man. That's all you can take that with a big old clap and go on and do it again.
And I know last year, that series with the Warriors, I mean, you guys still feel it, right? I'm sure after losing Game 7.
Yeah,
What are
for
the
sure.
emotions like for you headed into that game? Home opener, Friday night, Kings Warriors.
The preseason game was almost like that too, man. It's, we got a little thing going on, and I think everybody likes it. So we just bring the best out of each other and look forward to tomorrow.
Have you seen De'Aaron be more consistent with his defensive physicality?
I mean, I've been playing with Fox for so long, so I've been seeing him do that a lot. So it's not really, he does it when he wants to, but I mean, when you get consistent with it, it's hard to get by him.
Have you always seen him as the
A defender, yeah, definitely. Like I said, he does it when he wanted to back then because he could, but he gonna step it up.
We talked about that last Warrior game. Is that just kind of what you expect here on out every
game,
time?
Yeah, definitely. No matter what, we win in first game of the season, last game of the season, it's gonna be like that.
What do you think on Fox's new shoe deal? Is he going to give you a pair?
I'm with Nike, man. I can't wear it. I do. If Nike give me some shoes, yeah, I'll wear those.
Anything else, Malik?
Just HB and him getting off early like that. I know it's with you
man.
guys, it's always someone new, but it was nice.
Yeah. HB starting the season off right like that. I think that we all follow behind him because he's a vet, man, coming out that strong. Not missing that many shots, getting defensive player of the game. That just shows what he's bought into with this team. So we got to follow behind him.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Yep, appreciate y'all.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
For a first game, I was impressed. That's a difficult environment to play in. Will Hardy's done a fantastic job in a short amount of time with that team. They have length, they have size, athleticism, scoring, shooting, and I thought we did some pretty good things defensively. I felt offensively we were pretty good, but we could be even better offensively. And that's what I guess I'm most impressed with is our ceiling is high. Like we didn't, and I'm sure they feel the same. So it's not taking anything away from them. But I feel like we can play even better on both sides of the ball, a lot better.
We talk a little bit about Harrison Barnes, going through a training camp and then just come out with a big explosion the way he did in that first half last night.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro's pro. He's been around a lot of situations. He's a guy that's always going to keep himself ready, not just physically with his game, but also mentally too. And the opportunity presented itself on a few different occasions, especially offensively. He was great with his cuts. Not only did he cut really well, but he finished his cuts. And Utah played a lot of zone. And if you're cutting bodies through that paint, continuing your cuts with the way that we pass the ball and space the floor, you're going to get some great looks. And then, he's a strong, wily veteran. And, if you give him room to snap drive, and now he's going downhill at you, he's got a lot of tricks still up his sleeve to be able to finish. And if it's through contact, great. If it's around contact, he has ways to do that too. So big ball game from him. We needed that on the road. But it doesn't surprise me that he's able to step up like that.
How important is it to have a guy who's been through the process of going from a team that's not very good to trying to get to great, like Harrison has when he was with the Warriors?
Extremely important, and the more guys you can have on your team that have championship level experience and that can relate stories to other guys that don't, especially during adverse times. All the time is great, but especially during adverse times, it's a benefit to the organization, let alone that player that you're trying to grow and develop at a quicker pace.
Anything stand out in terms of physicality and defense where you saw something that kind of made you smile a little bit in that game?
Yeah, there were a couple of things. I mean, we've got called for a lot of fouls. I would disagree on some of them, but we have to figure out what it means to be physical, and we have to set the tone. So there were some fouls that we got called on that, it was a foul, but I'm cool with it because we fouled trying to be physical, and we had moments like that from almost everybody.
Yeah, and when you look ahead toward tomorrow, I mean, you guys have been in so many classic games, it seems like even in this preseason, is that just kind of what you've kind of grown to expect when the Kings and Warriors get together?
Yeah, they're obviously a championship level team or organization. I've said it before, they got 4 or 5 guys on their team that have won multiple championships. The head coach is a Hall of Famer. They got other guys on the staff that have been there the whole time. So, and then they have special players too. And so when you have that and you feel like, okay, hey, we can compete, it feels pretty good. And now we got to figure out how not to only compete, but to come away with more wins than they do.
Do you get a sense that your guys get up for this matchup?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think, like, I felt our guys were locked in last night. I think they're going to be locked in tomorrow night. I don't. When I look back, I don't feel like our guys took many nights off, and I say that because you would have to ask them, but I don't feel like they get up more for these guys than anybody else, if that makes sense.
How did you assess Chris's performance last night? He'd been out for a while and trying to get back out in the flow, but he looked pretty solid in what time he did have him out there.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was pretty good defensively. A few times that he had the ball, he picked up full court and turned the ball in the back court. We're not looking for steals back there, but he did a great job just being a presence out on the floor. I thought in the half court he showed a sense of physicality. We all still have to, when a guy drives, keep showing that chest and keep going vertical here with 2 hands. A couple of times we went vertical here, but had a forearm down here, and they called the little bump. So I think he got hit or dinged one time for it on one of their guys' drives. But I thought defensively he was the presence that we're looking for in that position, and I thought offensively he took some shots that were within rhythm of what we're trying to do on that end of the floor.
We saw a 10-man rotation last night. Do you usually want to try and go about 10 deep?
You know, if I could go to 11, I would, but that's too many people, I think. Right now, it's great to go to 10 guys, and you know, at the end of the day, I may switch those 10 guys up, so you know everybody has to be ready at all times. But the more guys we can get out there to get game experience will only help us at the end of the day, especially this early in the year.
How prepared were you for Utah to play that zone, and were you surprised how much they ran it?
I was a little surprised that they kept running it after we got a few good shots or a few good looks, but you never know what anybody's thought process is. But we expected it. They ran it last year, and there were times that we did well, and obviously times that we struggled. So, you know, we took what we learned last year and moved it forward, and felt like we got some really good looks, because I probably called the same play 30 times, you know, against it. And our guys did a nice job trying to execute the play and spacing the floor and moving the ball.
Coach Brown, it wasn't at a high volume, but these blocks and steals seem to be creeping up. I would assume that, you know, you are monitoring those situations. At least those things were happening during preseason.
For us?
For you, yes, yes. And like I said, it's not at a high volume, but they're doing it significantly at, you know, say like De'Aaron's steal that turned into that Malik dunk yesterday. Are you seeing those type of things in practice blending over into the game? Because De'Aaron and Keegan did talk about that after the Golden State Warrior game, that's been a point of emphasis too.
Yeah, I'm not a huge block guy or a huge steal guy, because I always think if you go for blocks and you go for blocks the wrong way, there are some special shot blockers out there. But if you go for blocks and you go for blocks the wrong way, to me it's a gamble. A lot of times if you're big, you're going for a block, you're taking your body off another big. So if you miss it, which you're going to miss most of the time, it's going to be an offensive rebound available for your guy on the backside. If you go for a steal, if I go for a steal and I miss it, this guy cuts back door, he does a snap drive. Now they're 5-on-4 because I took my momentum out of the play. And so I'm more a deflection guy and a verticality guy. And if guys score over the top of me when I go vertical and they hit my chest, I'm cool with it. You know, if I'm guarding here and I got a hand in the passing lane, and now that pass comes and I get a deflection, I'm cool with it because it messes with the rhythm of our opponent's offense. If we end up getting more blocks and or more steals because we're in the right position and we don't take ourselves out of position, then I'll live with that too. So if it happens, great, but it's not anything that I look at the end of the game and say, oh my God, we had 8 blocks or something like that, or we had 8 steals or whatever it is. It's more, like I said, the other areas, the deflections, the verticality, and how well those 2 areas are helping us protect that paint.
Two more guys.
Broader question about rebounding. It seemed like even yesterday there were just like some weird bounces, right? And they were able to get second chance opportunities. And you see that a lot in the NBA nowadays. I'm curious, like, what you can do as a team to combat those weird bounces that happen.
Well, first thing is, one of the things that happened last night, there were long shots that equated to long rebounds, and it just makes sense. The longer the shot, the more opportunity that thing's gonna hit, bounce pretty far. And so when the shot goes up, what we were doing, if the basket is here, the shot goes up, we teach our guys to check, see if you're moving. If you take a half an inch step forward, I'm coming to meet you with this forearm, okay? If you stay, then after I check, I could take a half a step this way. But what we did a lot last night was the shot went up, we didn't check, we just turned and did like this. And now that shot bounces over our head and then falls right into your hands, and if you think about it, most of them were on long shots. They had a couple where our big went to block a shot, and now he's out of position, and their big ended up getting the rebound on the backside and put it in. So again, those are things that we can clean up, especially the the long shots, equal long rebounds, do a better job in, so that teams don't get as many as what Utah did last night.
Mike, some of your comments last night obviously seemed to resonate with some people. Just what was kind of the motivation or just the spirit that you felt coming to the podium to want to share some of those thoughts with everyone?
You know, the tough part about it last night for me was, you know, you just won a basketball game, and so you feel good. And there was a big part of me that felt guilty that I was able to experience that and experience the joy that I felt from winning that game on the road, opening night, and all that stuff for the Jazz. And just put myself as best I could in those people's situations. It just crushed me and messed me up. And on top of that, you know, I have a grandson now, and to think that as time goes on, it's going to be harder and harder for him as he gets older just to go to the freaking grocery store. That just kills me. And it was just tough to process and really talk about the game at that point in time when there are so many people that have their lives impacted and touched and maimed that, you know, knock on wood, however you want to do it, pray, that I can't even imagine what they're going through right now. It just didn't seem fair nor right for me to talk about what I just experienced, because we're playing a game. That's real life.
They did air that on MSNBC. I just thought I would mention it to you.
What's that?
I saw it on MSNBC.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's political, so
Yeah.
just want to mention that to you. Have a good day.
I mean, I feel like